My mom told me not to talk to strangers on the internet, but I'm glad I didn't listen. We are the Certified Noonas, your sisters in the love of Asian entertainment.
Hi, I'm Amanda.
I'm Jessie.
I'm Natalia.
And I'm Sky.
And you know what I like to read sometimes? Fan fiction.
Really?
Yes. And you know what's a really popular type of fan fiction? So much so that it's kind of a meme at this point. Coffee shop AUs, which are fan fictions where you put your favorite fantastical characters, but they just run in a coffee shop now. And I can't tell you why this is popular, but I can tell you in fiction, this is a very popular situation. And we're going to talk about it today, but not in terms of fan fiction, unfortunately, but in terms of Asian dramas, which is still fortunate, I suppose. So that's what we're doing today, which I feel like, as always, they saw the title when they clicked play. So
That's true.
Pumpkin spice latte season, and so we gotta,
I don't like coffee, but I do go for a good pumpkin spice chai any day of the week. Call
So
me
good.
basic if you wish, but it is delicious.
Listen, it's good. Whatever.
It's delicious. Like, listen,
I'm the
it's
one
delicious
paying for it, so
Exactly.
you don't get an opinion on
That's
what
right.
I'm drinking with
Exactly.
my money.
It's delicious. Cardigans and scarves are cozy. I don't know what these people want from us. Okay, like
Yeah.
there could be far worse things that, as a group, white women are known for. Like, there's far worse
For sure.
things. If the pumpkin
There are worse
spices and
things we
the
are known
Ugg
for,
boots
so,
and whatever, But today we want to talk about things surrounding coffee shops and cafes. It is a semi-popular setting / job for people to have. And I really do think that, of course, the OG that inspired many of these would have to be the most obvious pull.
Yeah, let's
course.
just take the obvious one.
Yeah.
Yeah, just like
And that would be Coffee Prince.
yeah.
Imagine if I said one that wasn't Coffee Prince and y'all were just like, wait, what?
So there, a lot of times when it comes to like quote unquote classic K-dramas, I don't necessarily say, okay, everyone should watch XYZ. Like, I really don't usually think that. But when it comes to Coffee Prince,
Coffee
I'm
Prince,
like,
come on.
actually,
Coffee Prince, yeah.
Like, should
It's
check it out.
referenced so often that
It
it's
is.
just like, it's sort of like a foundational like drama for modern drama watching, because
I
it's
think-
just like so many things come from it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and I think that Coffee Prince just has so many like tropes and like little things that are like K-drama specific, or like things that you like will see in K-dramas a lot, that it's like a really good introductory one as well, because you'll have like some of these like kind of like standard tropes, especially now. Like I know there's not a lot of like body swapping or like
not as
dressing
much
up as
anymore.
a different gender like type thing, but like there's also
we
like
should
found
bring back the old
family.
texts.
Yes, we can bring back the old magic. We do love it. We are fans.
Yeah.
Unlike some of the other older dramas that people will tell you are classics, Coffee Prince actually holds up pretty well. Like, you
I
can,
think so.
there are a few moments where I'm like, I could do without that, but like, on the whole, it's a really good drama.
It's a good
enjoyable
watch.
to watch. It's good acting. It's fun little plot lines and stuff. It's
Mhm.
The
good.
chemistry is chemistrying.
Yeah.
Sometimes when somebody will be like, "Oh, it's a classic. You have to check out this one,"
And then you're just
like, "Do they though?" Like,
and then you remember it and you're like, ooh, you know what? Actually, for modern
not.
sensibilities, I don't know. Like,
But I think one of the tropes that it kind of does, like if someone was newer to Asian dramas and they were checking it out, I think one of them that kind of like the flower boy thing, just enough,
Concept.
like
Yeah,
just
sure.
the concept a little bit, is because that just kind of wasn't a thing within like Western TV.
Well, yeah, and it's also got like the reverse harem that it's just like
Mhm,
prevalent
yes.
in a lot of Asian drama and manga and stuff like that. So
it's
Yeah.
a good, it's good to wade into that pool with it. Like it
Yeah.
kind of introduces both of those thoughts.
Yeah.
and I do believe like it then directly spawned Antique Bakery. Which,
in a way, I guess.
in a way, even though I think Antique Bakery actually came first.
Yeah, that's it. You
But-
saying that made me actually wonder.
In the like in the
what-
terms of like people watching it though, like I don't know many people who are newer, like, in our sort of finding of Asian dramas in the West who went Antique Bakery, then Coffee Prince. I feel like it was a Coffee Prince
Coffee
to
Prince
Antique
was
Bakery for many people. I'm
Coffee
sure
Prince
there are
came out
some.
the year before.
The year
Okay.
before? Okay. Woo.
Yeah.
Okay,
then-
so like the manga for Antique Bakery was
Mhm.
started in '99, so it's the
It's
the
been
first.
Yes.
right. So,
And what sort of mystifies me about Antique Bakery, which did come out in 2008, is that in 2021, there was a Thai television adaptation of it called Baker Boys,
mhm.
which confuses me that it was. Why would you wait so long? Was it such a hot commodity that you were like, no, we gotta hold
They're
on
like,
to this
wait.
one. There's a real bidding war
for the rights to it.
for the rights to Antique Bakery. But I'm actually surprised there are some like other adaptations of Coffee Prince, but I've never actually seen them on any of the streaming
I haven't either.
services. Like there's a Filipino version,
Mhm.
and there's, I believe, a Chinese version from 2018 as well, which is
Wow.
strange. But I don't think it seems to have basically the same plot, but I feel like it might be a loose adaptation of the same material, if you know what I mean, called Prince Coffee Lab. Which is like really taken. And I don't even know if that's like available. It's on
Right.
WeTV, apparently. It's on WeTV. But
okay.
The coffee shop, like the / cafe, they really, apparently, I remember reading this back in the day after like the popularity of Coffee Prince, it actually spawned like a bunch of like interest in becoming baristas and like sort of a booming of coffee culture in Korea, which shows how popular. Listen, Coffee
Yeah.
Prince was friggin' popular.
Yeah.
Like, people who aren't
Yeah.
aware, like when it came out, it was popular and has like retained zeitgeist energy
Mm.
through it. But I was surprised to find when going through my list. Now, I have obviously not seen every drama out there, but I've seen a lot. How few cafe specific ones I could come up with.
I was also surprised when I was looking at my list, especially because, like, especially in Korea, they're like in Korea, not like in
Mhm.
the drama worlds. In Korea, cafe culture is so
Yeah.
popular.
Yeah.
So you would think that would translate a lot into dramas, but I found that like a lot of my dramas, if they're going somewhere, it was not for coffee.
Yeah, it was for murder.
or
Or
beer.
booze.
Or
yeah.
noodles.
Yeah. Food of some sort. Like
Yeah,
I
food, like specific food, like udon shops are a big,
Mhm.
Mm.
and a lot of my Japanese dramas.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like cafes, I think, are a little bit more, common than strictly coffee shops.
Yeah, and I wonder if it's
Mhm.
because like there is like a lot of the times when you see people kind of in a specific spot, it's after work, and so like a coffee place wouldn't be your first thing. It'd be something that like,
Right.
Like
you're
a
either going to
bar,
dinner
yeah.
or a bar, like, so it's not something like, coffee or tea or something that you would probably do more of like midday because of the caffeine or
Mhm.
whatever.
Listen, the coffee shops are for the scenes where, you are encountering someone you hate to throw water in their face. That's, like the mock jangy, or like to try to slide
Or-
money to your son's girlfriend to like get her to dump him. Like that's
Or
what the coffee shop
The
is for.
places that have lots of like pastries and bakery things,
Mhm.
and you take the guy from work that you really like to get
Yes.
pics
Listen,
and
that's
pictures of.
that's just good advice in
Yeah,
general.
good advice.
Like,
But I'm talking about old-fashioned cupcake, which is like
Yes.
Yes.
I love old-fashioned cupcake.
it's so good.
So we talk about old-fashioned cupcake a lot. Not only is it the best drama ever? No, I'm kidding. It's a very good drama. It's got the old man yowie that we all crave. By we all, I mean me specifically. It's got delicious looking food, and it's got a nice message about, just being yourself. Even if
Yeah.
you're an old,
And it's a
decrepit
sweet
40-year-old.
relationship.
What'd you say,
is.
Jessie?
It's just a sweet relationship. I think
Yeah.
it just like is kind of a like perfectly wrapped up little story.
Mm.
It's because it's shorter too. It's little,
Yeah, it's only like 4 or 5 episodes.
Five?
Something like
and
that.
they're
like that,
fairly
yeah.
short, right? Like
Yeah.
they were the 20-minute
Yeah.
episodes, but yeah,
It's
I think
and
it's just really enjoying. Like it's a little great little drama.
mhm. And
I
the
think
year
that's kind of the vibe, right? Of a coffee house AU. You usually set your characters into the coffee house AU because you want them to be happy. You want them to be
Yeah.
cozy. You want them
Yeah,
to have something nice to drink and sweet to eat. And you just
and then it's a perfect setting for yearning
it
because you're in
is.
sort of an innocent setting. You can yearn for more.
Yeah,
Oh,
because
and it's
I guess a lot of people do go to like coffee like places or cafes and just like do it solo as well, where they're kind of just like contemplating life and like thinking about things while like slowly drinking their coffee.
yeah. Or
Mm.
like the taking their laptop and working or looking for
Yeah.
jobs or
Mhm.
whatever and just hanging out in the coffee shop all day.
A coffee shop is sort of like a modern town square, except that they cost money to be there.
Yeah.
But what doesn't these days? Third
Yeah.
spaces, they don't exist anymore. Let's be real. Well,
True.
Actually, it's a really common, like not super common yet, but a lot of libraries are opening like
little cafes
coffee
and things.
bars and little cafes in them and stuff.
Oh, that's
Partially
perfect.
because you get a lot of homeless folk who can't go anywhere else in the
Mhm.
winter, and so
Might as well get
having
them
a place that
hot drink.
offers a hot drink is
Ours has had one for years. Like it's been
Yeah.
a thing, and they
It's
do
really
have little
nice.
treats and stuff there too.
Yeah.
And it's right at
Like-
the front, like the big atrium stuff. Like it's right there.
yeah.
Like most of the big commercial like bookstores have had cafes in them for
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
But they're also
decades
all
now.
closing too.
Yeah.
Like
Yep.
even Barnes and Noble, like here, I mean,
No.
like half of them closed.
The one by us, we have Indigo up here, and it was closed for the longest time, the coffee shop part, and then they did a remodel, and I guess somebody new said, "Hey, can I open a coffee shop in your space?" And they were like, "Yep," and they gave them like an outdoor, like they have their own door, so when the coffee shop
nice.
is closed, they can still be open and do their thing.
Oh, cool.
So
Cool.
That's smart. Yeah, there's like a tiny little bookstore in our neighborhood. It's like a little queer-owned bookstore, and they have a little teeny like coffee bar in the back. It's really quite cute.
I like when there's coffees and books.
Yes.
Which
mhm.
when the weather is fine.
Yeah.
when the weather is
Yes.
fine, yeah.
Especially because it in weather is fine, like the main lead, he like it's like part of his like routine to get his coffee and his book and like just be like in this like very slow and like nice, not stressful life routine.
Yeah.
Listen, I feel him. Like he's
Right.
an
Me too,
icon.
man.
He's an icon for real.
But what I just want to say that drama is not always calm vibes.
No.
Like
Oh,
I do
no,
want to
no.
just put that
No.
in there.
But like
It's not all coffee house vibes.
no, but like
but a
he
big chunk.
specifically and his motivations. Yeah. That's right, son. You did it. Like
Yeah.
living the dream. It's like, oh, you live in a remote place and run like a really specific tiny little bookstore that like only locals. Hell yeah, brother.
And you live in a little book club for like all these people.
Yeah.
And
How does it
teaching
feel?
people about good coffee and
Yeah.
you know.
How does it feel to live my dream? Is my
Right.
question. How does it feel?
His character always just feels like he only says very few words in one day. Like,
Yeah.
Mhm.
I love
Yes.
that
I
about
have
that
met
character.
my quota. I'm
Very
done.
stoic, but like not in a standoffish sort of way. He's just vibing, man. And I feel that. I feel that.
And
I
if
feel
you
that.
are a person who lives closer to the equator, and you want to have a concept of like what winter is like in Canada,
That's
It's
a
a very,
great,
very
that's a
good
great one to
example
watch, to
how
discover.
cold and just how much you want to be cozy.
Yeah. Sometimes though, coffee shop AUs can get a little unhinged, shall we say. And I feel like there's one country that's really doing the most for unhinged coffee AUs. And that's our good friends over in Japan, because they've got a couple. Like, listen, they gave us old fashioned cupcake, which was like not unhinged. But then they said, but also, may we offer you coffee and vanilla? And we all said, you know what? You
Yes.
can. Thank you.
Thank you.
The vibes could not be more different.
It's definitely not coffee cafe vibes for sure.
No. The cafe actually features quite heavily in it, because the main male character owns like a cafe conglomerate situation where it's like a chain or something. He does business, and one of those businesses is cafes. And trying to be metropolitan, the female character goes into one, and he's pretending he's doing like an undercover boss situation, because of course he is. And he's like, she will be my wife right in that moment. And that's like the way she drank that coffee. Hello, future. And like, it was basically sort of a hunter prey situation from there on.
Also, the female lead is just like a country girl who's like come to.
She got no ability to know what's going on.
She's like, I don't know about anything.
I'm so innocent, and he's like, just the way I like them. He's really a bad guy. Like,
Terrible.
Coffee Vanilla
the entire time.
Coffee Vanilla is one of those shows that, like, listen, I love Coffee Vanilla because it's unhinged, but it's one of those shows that you really have to, as you're watching it, be like, I cannot apply real life dynamics to this whatsoever. Because if you do, then the whole thing becomes incredibly concerning from the get-go. But if you're just like, I'm just watching some unhinged nonsense, then you're like, this show is sublime, you know?
And then if you want, so like, to me, it is in the same universe, in my opinion, but it is a step less concerning, but you still sometimes have some concerns that arise here and there. And I am talking about Love is Phantom.
Love is Phantom. Yep. That was on my list as well.
Because we watched it around the same time. I
think we did. Because like, I think, you and I watched them like pretty similar timescape.
Yeah.
And then that one features even more heavily into coffee. Like,
yeah, because she
works at a hotel.
She works at a hotel, but then she ends up like working more in the cafe side.
Yeah.
Was she at the cafe side the whole time? I don't even remember. But then because she's around it more, like she gets an interest in
coffee
roasting
culture
of it and coffee culture and stuff. So you do have her kind of falling in love with that a little bit, which is totally not the main point.
No, the main point is there's a mysterious older hotelier who's really he's gonna get her. he's gonna make her his wife. Like that. There's a sort of a through line through many of these unhinged shows where you're like, this is a man who's decided on a whim this woman will be my wife. And the woman's like, huh? Where am I?
Well,
Who am I?
And if we're not explaining it well enough, the reason it's concerning is the intensity with which they go after the women is just kind of like.
And they kind of do that thing where they like claim like dibs on the woman
before they're
like,
even dating type.
Yeah.
Where if like and like suddenly they're just acting like they're in this long-term relationship, but they've never gone on a date. You know what I mean? Like they're just suddenly like, oh yes, I love you. You're the love of my life. And this woman's like, we met yesterday. Like what? What do you mean? But like usually the woman's kind of dense, kind of a little airheaded, shall we say, for some of them, and are just like, oh, okay. That seems fine, I guess. This is a normal thing to do.
But then if you do set it in like this cute cafe hotel moment, like it softens it a little bit. But then are we suddenly living together like really quickly? We are. I don't know why.
The dudes are always so rich. That is just like, we're supposed to just sort of like do like a 50 Shades look past where it's like, well, it's because he's rich. That's fine that he's just psychologically traumatized. And you're just like, wait, ladies.
Well, and I think the other aspect is, so there's kind of this ownership intensity is the concerning part. And then you secondarily have, it kind of does seem like because of that ownership, he is trying to keep her away from pretty much anybody else. Like, so the seclusion, and that's the part that gets kind of scary, kind of fast. Like, what are we doing?
Yeah.
Because that's like on the checklist of like red flags, do not date. That's one of them.
Yes. So when your normal rational brain is watching this seclusion happening and this like ownership vibes and all these things, like, oh, that's
like, girl, you in danger. These are shows that I'm like, teenagers should not be like, you should not be watching these shows if you don't already have a fully formed frontal lobe. You know what I mean? Like, these are not formative shows that I would recommend. But like, if you're just looking for a fun time where you could just be like, this is terrible.
Like, would you ever want a college girl to watch this? Not really.
No. These are bad. Like, these are not aspirational romance shows. Like, in a sense, you could, if you were watching and you were like, see this man? If someone's like this, you run. You get away, block their number, ghost them.
It's kind of like all the teen shows on CW. You really don't want to like actually be centering yourself as those other relationships.
No, exactly.
Or like all the dark romantasy, like that's a big one I keep seeing on the like book talk and stuff right now, where they're like they'll read the line and they'll be like kicking their feet and giggling, and then they have like somebody say it to them in their real life and they're like punch them in the face. Like, no.
What I love about like this dark romantasy, because like I suppose we can call Coffee and Villa and Love is Phantom dark romance, I guess.
There's an element of like questionable ethics happening.
Well, I always love the discourse from people who don't read it, who are like, there's something wrong with these women who this is what they want. And I'm like, no, wait, this is what they want fictionally. This is what they want to read fictionally because it's fun. This is not what people want in real life. Like, I'm not, me and my fellow, we're going to watch like a kaiju romance and be like, yeah, I really wish Godzilla was coming to town. Like, no, we're just having a fun time with some aliens. Okay. Like, it's not real. It's just, we're just enjoying reading a stupid story. We thought we could get through a simple coffee shop AU without a soapbox. Hell no, this is the Noonas. You know that ain't happening.
That's why we never put it away. Just as always held.
It's just out of reach because it can be pulled out at any moment.
So I do want to bring up another J-drama one that I enjoyed.
Hell yeah.
I think I'm the only one that saw it. Roku Hodo Colorful Days. It is based on a manga. And it's very manga-esque, but it very much centers on a cafe coffee shop environment, and all the characters are the staff there essentially. And then if I remember correctly, you kind of get the tiny mini stories of like the folks that come in and kind of how
Oh my gosh,
the
that's like my
the
favorite
cafe
setup.
like
Mm.
helps them. So like I think someone was grieving, and so it kind of gave them, this lonely person would have some interaction with some of the other customers. You know, like it would really help some people through some stuff. And I do feel like they also had, so it's very restaurant-y too, but like there was a lot of tea. I do think it was more of tea rather than coffee, but like same vibe. It's very
Same
cozy.
vibe.
You can
coffee
have
shop
tea
cafe.
at cafes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So I do recommend it. It is very manga-esque. Like it leans very heavily into that.
Mhm.
But I really, really enjoyed it. I think when I watched it a few years back, I want to say I actually watched it on Crunchyroll. And I do think there was a anime as well that I never.
Oh.
I think it might be on Viki, or at least
It might be.
at one point it was.
Yeah. Yeah, maybe
But
somewhere.
who knows?
Maybe I did go. I feel like I Crunchyrolled something that I might have
Well,
checked the anime
well,
out for like
well,
one episode.
Apparently,
Yeah.
it's on. It's MDL says it's on Netflix. I don't. I have my
MDL.
doubts that it is on Netflix in Canada or the US.
That
I
sounds
really enjoyed
doubtful.
a few years ago watched one that has like all the coffee house vibes and the coffee house called Would You Like a Cup of Coffee? It was very
Oh.
slice of life, very slow, very calm, very like here's your slow cup of pour over and like enjoy your day kind of situation. And it like
Did
it's
that
sort
have
of
ong in it? Like, was that Korean?
yes, it was Korean and
And it's Netflix, right?
I think I'm trying to remember if it was, but yeah, it's like an older guy who owns the coffee shop, and then the younger guy who is, I think a K-pop idol, but maybe not. But like, and he's like a college student who's taking some time off because he's just decided he wants to be a barista. So he comes to this guy and is like, "Teach me."
It is
Obi-Wan
Sungwoo
Kenobi.
from Produce
Yeah,
Family.
okay.
Ong
Ong
Sung-woo, yeah.
Sung-woo. Yeah.
Yeah,
I was like,
so
that's my kiddo. I know him.
it was
He's so cute.
very like a very much about the community that's around it and the people who come in, the regulars, the new people, and sort of covers some of the kind of like gentrification of the neighborhood that's going on and stuff, and like how do you maintain what you are when the community is not a community anymore, and how can you rebuild community and stuff. But it's just very chill, very, very slow, chill vibes, and a lot of conversations about coffee. Like this is a really good kind of coffee, and you should, it's like a different kind of coffee every episode and stuff. Like, but very, very chill.
MDL says this is nearly everywhere.
Yeah.
It depends on how much you want to trust it.
Like I feel like I watched it on Viki, but
it says
might have
Viki,
watched it on
Cocoa, Tubi, Netflix. Like I don't know about all those, but
Yeah.
chances are you can find it somewhere.
somewhere, yes.
I think that a lot of dramas do have the like where they specifically focus on the coffee itself,
Mhm.
like the making of it or the roasting of it.
Because there's
that
something
stuff.
like really entrancing about watching a really good barista make a cup of coffee.
Yeah,
Like,
there's an
it's-
artistry to it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because there's a J drama called Beyond Goodbye. It's on Netflix.
Yes.
And the lead female, she works in a coffee manufacturing place. So she like goes and travels to the actual farm where the beans are like being
In Hawaii.
produced. Yeah, and like her boyfriend in the beginning co-owns a coffee shop, and like the coffee is very much like a central thing, not just like in her job, but like in her kind of just like passion and her like romance life. Like it just like keeps becoming a thing.
I
feel like that's
really
kind of-
enjoyed that drama. Like that was such
It's good.
such a
It's
well-done
like
drama.
bittersweet
It sounds
melodrama. Kind of supernatural. There is death involved in it, but like
There's just a lot of like uplifting stuff too.
Nice.
That was very good.
Something in the Rain was about a coffee shop too, wasn't it? Like not
It is.
like the business, and
Yeah,
it visually gives coffee shop as well. It's got
it
that
does.
like that brown kind of like sepia tone vibe.
Yeah, and it's
There's
like
a lot
always
of
rainy,
stuff
so
going
you
on
want to go
that's
to a coffee
not
shop.
cozy.
No, but
there
And if
is
you
a
like
lot of
one
cozy
particular song, that show, like if you love hearing the same
Sure.
song over and over.
Which I guess if you
Ooh.
were working at a coffee shop, you would constantly hear the same songs over.
That's true.
That's true.
That's true.
That's true.
Yeah.
So when you say that, did you watch it while it was airing and it still was that obvious that the song
Yes.
played
Yes.
that much?
Yes.
Yes.
Wow.
It-
Because
I did watch
something. You know what I mean?
Constant.
No, it was literally like
Multiple
every
times an
third
episode.
scene. It was
Yeah.
like literally anytime
It
anything
was the love
happened,
song.
it would
Which
play.
I
And I'm just like, okay.
I think this
Move
happens
on.
in a lot of K dramas and a lot of like J dramas and stuff
Mm-hmm.
where they have like that one love theme. So it plays all the time,
Also,
right? But
They're like,
don't
we pay
know
money
it's
to
the same
license
way.
this.
Well, like the
But maybe
Taiwanese theme songs, whenever they have the mid episode
Yeah,
breaks, they love that.
It's like that. I kind of have this theory is that like maybe they spent a lot of money
Yeah.
on getting the rights to the song, and they're like,
They're like, we're gonna
use it."
play this song because
Yeah.
we paid good money for this song.
But
And
I
I'm
will
like,
say,
I get it.
with Something in the Rain, while it's like kind of not like really coffee, it is still present because like she works at a place where she keeps on going, and like she like goes to different of the like, because she works at the main company and she goes to all the franchises to make sure that they're doing okay or whatever. And her best friend, who is the sister of the brother she is romantically tied to in the show, she owns one of the franchises. And so there is a lot like to deal with kind of like that side. So it is like present in the show a lot, but not like in the way that Beyond Goodbye's coffee is present, even though they're kind of in the same work thing.
Yeah.
Now, I have one here. It's not actually a drama, but if you want the good vibes that a coffee shop brings, even though this one is a little hard to locate, it is locatable. The 2019 variety show Coffee Friends is literally, I love this show so much that when I mentioned what our topic was to my husband, he's like, oh, you're going to talk about that one where they're on Jeju Island with like the tangerine. I'm like, I'm going to talk about Coffee Friends. So I think we did like a whole episode already.
We did like an episode on variety shows, and I think that was one of them.
It was those cozy type variety shows, like the homestay type stuff,
and for anyone who hasn't seen it or that episode, the basic premise is a bunch of celebrities open a little coffee shop on a tangerine farm in Jeju, and just to have people come in and chat and drink coffee and eat freshly baked toast with kaya jam, and then they donate all the money to charity.
Yeah, it's super sweet.
Literally
It
a
was
coffee
nice.
house AU. Like, here are your favorites in a coffee house.
Like here's a bunch of actors and they're serving coffee and baking and doing
just
pour
like,
over
kind of,
coffee.
Chit-chatting with the like guests who come in. It's just like very nice and quiet and chill and sweet.
They're giving people free tangerines. They're incorporating tangerines into everything.
I feel like sometimes it's like it was even, hey, you want some clippers? You can go like cut a tangerine yourself, like that type of thing.
It was just also it taught me how to make kaya jam. I made kaya jam after this. A vegan version, obviously, because I can't have stuff that's in kaya jam, and it was delicious. I was like, all right, I see what you're about.
So Coffee Friends is like, man, I thought it was Netflix back in the day. Right?
No, it was nowhere back in the day. I do believe that we found it on a Daily Motion-esque website.
Really? Man,
I remember watching it. Like, I think you pulled it up on Rabbit for me, and I have a very vivid memory of like washing the dishes in my kitchen with the tablet on the shelf next to me, watching Coffee Friends while I was washing the dishes.
in my brain, it was just so easily accessible for everyone, and everyone should be enjoying that.
You know what? We should start a comment writing campaign to Vicky to get the coffee friends back.
That is a Vicky. That aligns with Vicky's vibes.
Yeah.
That should totally do that.
What? Like, is it not on Cocoa? Like,
No, it's TVN.
Oh, TVN, wasn't it? Yeah.
But
man, the star power alone, that should be like
Right?
2 different places. Tubi should have that. Someone should have that.
Somebody should have it.
But nobody has it. And I'm like, y'all.
To switch to a completely different vibe.
Please do.
Death's Game. Okay, I'm going to explain.
Sorry, what?
Death's Game.
I heard disc game, and I was like, that's one I've never heard of.
Death is kind of hard to say. Death's Game. So you're gonna think, wow, like, what are you smoking? Well, there is
smoking coffee. That's what I'm smoking.
I can't even really. I don't want to ruin like the explanation of why we are doing incarnations of this character, but we are. A lot of them are super dark and super like violent stuff. So I'm not saying the whole thing, but there is one incarnation of this character that he is a writer, and he is always in a coffee shop doing his like writing situation, if I remember correctly. But like it, and that most of that arc is it feels very cozy in most aspects of it. It's kind of more romantical with some aspects. Of course, there is a twist to it, but it's even if you like just approach that 1 or 2 episodes, it's really, really good. But Death's Game in general, I really do recommend. But you have to be a certain level of okay with like graphic violence. So like,
hence the name.
Not a coffee house vibe in general, but
but I did want to give that a shout out because people aren't going to get that so it's like this little bubble within this, like it kind of doesn't fit with the other stuff. Kind of like there's kind of another incarnation of this character. There's a little bit of comedy with it just because the way the death was occurring, it was a little funny, like, so it's interesting the range that you get with that show. But I really do recommend it for people that can hack it. But I also want to bring up bromance. I always have to bring up bromance.
We're legally obligated to bring up bromance at every opportunity.
But also, so like, you have he really doesn't quite feature enough, in my opinion, to be considered like kind of the second male lead vibe. But like, they really try for at least a few episodes to attempt that, I think. But he does the pour over coffee. He does not say very much. He's really not a talkative type, but he is, and also like in real life, he is a musical artist. And so like, I was all into checking out what he was up to, but romance is always fun, but you do get some pour over coffee shots. That's really mostly all he does.
I did watch a couple BLs that did have baristas as, I know, me, shocking, as like the main character, but unfortunately, it's not that these shows were bad. It's that these shows were very boring. And that was Oxygen and Coffee Melody. Like, they were both totally just like, I did not rate them highly. I will admit, I wanted to like them because like,
they needed to give you something, and they didn't give much.
Like, okay, Coffee Melody had Pavel from Pit Babe in it, and I love him and his little sharp ass chin, and they were not giving him much to work with. And then Oxygen had friggin' Sup, also from Pit Babe, and just nothing. And I'm just like, oh, this is a real shame, because I actually like the book that Oxygen is based on, so I was like really excited for that one. But I would be remiss, like, the coffee scene vibes, they're nice, like when they're happening, you're like, yeah, this is, like, this could be a whole show. But then there's like the actual plot happening, and you're like, oh, this is, all right, let's check my wrist. How much more do I got in this? Like, this is a struggle. Like, literally, I gave Coffee Melody like 5.5 out of 10. And if you know my rating system, that means it's not good. Because I am very generous with my rating.
You're also easily entertained. Like it doesn't take much for something to be you to find something a little through line to be like, okay, this will get me through. Like,
and it's like, and I go into every show like wanting to give it a chance. I'm like, yeah, there'll be something I like about it, but I struggled. But like I would be remiss if I didn't mention them because it's like they were literally baristas.
Yeah.
Like that was literally their gerbs. And Pavel, my sweet baby. It was just like it just because like he's got the sauce, like he's really good in very like saucy roles, and they were like, what if we made him like a soft boy, like like, and I'm just like, this ain't him, y'all. His chin is too sharp. His chin is too sharp to be doing this. Like he's got a jawline that can cut glass, and you want him to be like a soft boy, like, oh, I can only kiss if we love each other. Like, no, this can't be happening.
So I'll match you. Not great vibes. Warm and cozy.
Warm and cozy. Yes.
Warm and not so cozy.
I have to say it because, especially if you get hooked on like hospital playlist or something, it's stuff is going to recommend that for you to watch it, and it looks
genuinely work, right?
And
Sky and I
some
both
of those
thought
scenes
we were
are
gonna
pretty.
like it.
Some of those scenes are pretty.
Yeah. It's got like a really interesting like sideline about learning to be like, like traditional divers. Like that was interesting. But then, oh boy, he was so unlikable. He was
there was no redeeming quality.
He was the worst. He was terrible. And I'm just like, we're supposed to actually like be rooting for them to be together, but you're like, girl, dump his ass. It sucks.
That's the worst when you get into like K-dramas in the beginning and if you start with like older stuff and you're like, surely, like it used to be so much more common, like that second lead syndrome, because you were like, surely this terrible person is
this ain't it. Like surely the writers don't intend for us to like this man. Like, surely no. It's like there's Sundaric and there's whatever the hell this is. It's like even like the domineering CEO trope, like there's still like a simp for the woman, but in some of these, nah, like they just suck. And you're just like, oh. Yeah. And unfortunately, Warm and Cozy, I wanted to like it so much.
Because some of the scenes were, especially, Jeju pretty. Like, Jeju always pretty. And it was cool, the diving and just all the stuff. But it still didn't really, like, whenever we were plotting, it'd be better to not. It was just pretty bad.
But, like, it did have good, like, cooking scenes. And, like, good, like, and I'm just like, it was half of a good show. It was, like every once in a while you encounter one where you're like, wow, all the elements of this show should have been really excellent. And it should have been exactly something that I'm into. And I'm sitting here going, why are we doing this? Why are we here?
They biffed it a few times plot wise, and they just kept doing it. And then it never got better. It was like, okay.
It's like they at least could have made him nice, if this plot's gonna be such a mess, like at least make him like have like a turnaround and be like a nice dude. No, it's just gonna suck the whole way, and you're like, this ain't it, fam. This ain't it.
One that I watched that I really enjoyed that had the coffee shop vibes, but also had like. Also, something completely different going on was the Law Cafe.
Yeah.
It's a fun drama. If you like legal dramas that are not like that, the really heavy court involved stuff. This woman is she is not impressed with legal stuff. She wants to help people who can't afford lawyers, who can't afford to wait to see a lawyer, who, so she opens a coffee shop and puts an office in the back and basically runs this really bright, cheerful coffee shop in her community where she hands out legal advice in the back. And you kind of pay what you can when you can, and maybe
Love
you
to
get
see
some
it.
free food if you need it. And like people she helps wind up, working for her and different stuff. Like it's just got a really good, this is our community, and how can I like strengthen my community and do this thing that I'm passionate about, which is the law. Like she is passionate about getting people what they need out of the system, and helping the small people, and like, because I think in that one it's like her dad took the fall for some or he died in a workplace injury, or took the fall for a workplace injury situation or something, and like his lawyer was bad, so like he couldn't get good legal help, and people are like, your dad's a murderer, and like he wasn't, but
Yeah.
So she sort of grew up going, not on my watch, like never again. No other kid should ever have to grow up with their dad in jail and whatever for something they didn't do. And I'm going to make sure that other kids can be safe and other people can have good lives. And so, but also food and coffee, and like she's also trying to run this cafe, and then like, it's like, but you don't know how to run a business. Like that's not.
Do you know, it's sort of funny because I think in the real world, like the non-K-drama world, a lot of small cafes to a much lesser function serve as like a community good, because a lot of them, like when I lived in Halifax, Matthew, my husband, and I used to go to one called the Glitter Bean, which was like it was very heavily involved. It was worker owned, first off, which is such a vibe, but it was like very heavily involved in like queer rights. So it would always have like, and helping, it would always have pay it forward things, like you can buy this for free coffee for someone that's hungry. They can come in and get like a coffee and a sandwich. And like, so a lot of cafes do things like that. And like, they'll have like community boards where you can put up, notices and things. And I feel like but this is like not like corporate cafes right now.
Yeah.
I'm talking like, little locally, individually owned cafes in communities do operate as sort of like a social good function.
There's one in my town that started hosting a men's night, but it's like the concept is like, come have coffee and make friends, like be in the real world,
lonely asses,
and talk to, and
make some friends.
They have like some older men who come and just hang out in the coffee shop and stuff to try and like bridge gaps generationally, and like give, just
that's
like,
great.
Here's an opportunity to come out and meet other men that are not weirdos on the internet, like, and I'm like, all right, cool.
Hey,
like,
I'm glad that someone's doing it, because like in this day and age, that is a necessary social function that someone needs to be picking up to do, because some of these men out there ain't it. But and like I go to a little local cafe in our neighborhood, and like the baristas know me now, and there's something so nice about that. Like I'll walk in, like one day I walked in and I ordered my usual London Fog, and he accidentally made a chai, and he was handing it over and goes, "Oh no, you always get a London Fog. Let me remake that." I'm like, dude, I'll drink a chai. Like I just he's like, no,
Fine.
not you. You will get your drink remade. And I was like, okay.
It is very sweet, like when you have a
Mhm.
place where it's like kind of immediately when you walk in there, you don't even have to say anything. They're just
They
like
know what you want.
making your drink.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's really fosters a sense of community in a world where like community has sort of gone by the wayside.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
So I have a couple more.
Yes.
Okay.
Hit us up.
Healer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So the main gal's dad runs I don't remember if it was really just a restaurant as well, but like it had a cafe vibe at least to it. I think it was a coffee coffee shop type thing. And the people that worked there were people that she had been raised with and stuff, but they were ex-convicts and things that he had hired. And so like, and they were her family. So that was always just very sweet the way, and I'm not sure they were in like every single episode necessarily, but they definitely were kind of their own little entity whenever they would be in the plot and stuff. And I really did like that aspect of the show. And then I kind of randomly remembered her private life. So you have the lead gal, played by Park Min Young, and then she has a best friend who she fangirls with. And the best friend runs a cafe coffee shop situation.
I
And so
looked at that
often-
one like 3 times and thought, there's a coffee shop in there, but I
Yeah,
Couldn't remember what the context was.
yeah, like I kept looking at the poster too. I was like, man, I can't think of it. Okay, and then I finally remembered it was the best friend and the husband.
Yeah, the
The poor put upon husband.
but also the betrayal.
Right, for sure. But
Husband.
it was kind of her safe space to go not just chat with her friend, but also they would kind of do their fangirl planning within that.
A
safe
lot takes
bubble
place
of
at
the
that coffee shop.
Yeah. And so that's kind of where her like fangirl identity mostly existed outside of her. It was pretty much her apartment and that coffee shop with her best friend's coffee shop. And I kind of like that. That was kind of like her second home essentially. And so then when our lead guy kind of starts coming in for coffee, it's like, no, like you're really struggling with that.
It's like, no, this is my special place.
get out.
Especially when they were more at odds and stuff.
Yeah.
But cute show, by the way. I know some people like really are picky on it. It's a really cute show.
I like it. I think it's a fun show.
Some people get mad at the end. I
thought the end was
I didn't think it
fine.
was that bad.
I thought it was fine.
Too many people get mad at endings.
Like just go rewrite it on AO3.
Well,
It's
and
not
that's-
against the law.
I think some people wanted it a very specific way, and then
Yeah.
it was like a little different. To me, it wasn't even that different.
it was
was
fine. Like it wasn't particularly like. It's not like they suddenly like. He was a murderer. Like, no, like it was just like a totally normal rom-com ending. I don't know what you want from this show here, man. Like, I'm curious as to like, if the popularity of like setting things in cafes and writing coffee shop and stuff is really just like an extension of people's desire for community. I think this would be an interesting
and
like,
comfort.
topic of study.
I think it's more of
comfort
like, it's a
too.
universally, like when you think of a cafe, it's
stress-free
comfort.
place. Yeah.
Yeah, it's quiet. It's along the lines of a library in that sense. And I think just like in general, like a lot of people just tend to go to cafes if they're going out
Yeah.
too. So it just seems like a more relevant, popular place.
I think it would be an interesting thing to study, like to take a survey of why people enjoy, like what's your specific reason for writing this AU?
Well, I do think it's often a low stakes thing. So if you are searching for, or especially if you're doing specifically in fanfic type stuff, if you had characters that maybe had a rough go, and you want to give
I just want them to have a
safe
nice
place.
time. I just want them to have a nice time.
The list of typically safe social places is kind of low. Like,
Yeah.
I mean, there are some, but so like it is.
That's yeah.
It's also a
and,
place that you normally go to for
Yeah.
like extended periods of time.
Yeah.
Like,
And
have
also in terms,
regulars.
terms of like monetary investment, a cafe is much lower than a restaurant or
Mhm.
like,
Yeah,
it's like
and
you
you
can just
also-
spend $3 on a coffee or a cup of tea,
And you also don't
can
have
say
to,
whatever else
like,
you want.
be like hungry
Mhm.
to be partaking in it too, like you kind of always can have a drink. But like you just like parking yourself in a restaurant table and not eating anything is
Yes.
not
It's
Yeah.
considered
acceptable.
weird. And also going to a restaurant by yourself is considered weird, even though it should not be. It should
Yeah.
not be. But going to a cafe by yourself, that's totally
Totally
fine.
normal.
Yeah. They got plugs for your stuff. Like it's just like a nice place to go with delicious food and drink that's not super expensive normally. I get it. The vibe is nice.
I do have one more mention.
Guy, hit us with it.
As far as this is me totally relying on my memory, so if I'm wrong, I apologize. But Scripting Your Destiny, which is a little K-drama that I really, really enjoyed. Only 10 episodes, 25-minute episodes, so small stuff. But, and I think it was on Viki. It says it's on all types of places, maybe even Tubi right now. But Scripting Your Destiny, no one is running. Like, I feel like maybe one of their, maybe her friend runs it, but like she lives above the cafe, I believe. And
Her
so
mom, maybe?
yeah, maybe it was her mom.
I think it was her mom.
And so she's down there, like sometimes helping out. So like they're in the context of that quite often. And then it kind of seemed like you'd always have to walk through there. So the characters are in that space a lot, to where you are kind of getting the, and then the mom and then the other side characters, of course, always get to see our lead supernatural dude, thinking he's really attractive, and so like you get all the comments. So
like he is, but like no one would normally, like I feel like that's not like people aren't normally like oh, how do you learn?
Like, and I don't. It's hard for me to remember. I need to like rewatch it sometime because it is a pretty low stakes. Like it is. So I will say it's a pretty cozy little, like if you're looking for a cozy effort, it mostly is. I think, but and if you want kind of, is he a goblin type?
Something like that. Yeah.
A god, like a type of.
He's like a
deity
that like writes people's fates.
Like it's very Destiny Fate scripts, and she's a writer, so of a TV show, I think. So like the way their conversations are, and I think does he become her assistant writer for a while? I don't remember.
Yeah, he's like her. He pretends to be her landlord, but he's like stealing her ideas to like script other people's like lives. Yeah.
It was really.
It was cute. It's really cute. I think that you gave it to me for.
I made you watch it.
Yeah, for like a drama exchange one time. Yeah, it's really cute.
And for some reason, I always get that one in my head confused with Kiss Goblin, and Kiss Goblin is not near as good as this one. So.
No, this one was better than Kiss Goblin. Kiss Goblin's fine.
It's fine.
It's fine.
But this Scripting Your Destiny, actually, it has some juice to it. Like the plot's doing something.
It's got the sauce, as it were.
But I do remember the cafe, just because we were going in and out of it, we were meeting up there a fair bit. Like it was, it didn't have really much to do with the plot, but you just setting wise, you were there like half the time as far as when you were meeting up with those characters.
Yeah. I a few months back, Irene, the author who we've worked with in the past for some stuff, she had asked about like, do you guys have any recommendations for K-pop cafe situations in a K-drama? And the first thing that popped in my head, and so it popped in my head for this too, was Cafe Kilimanjaro, which is not like this is a low budget, like little drama, but very cute, about a girl who was running a very struggling little cafe. She can't cook or make a good cup of coffee to save her life. And she is really struggling. And then this like boy group that is also struggling to like get found and do their thing and be the next big thing. Come in and they're like, listen, we need a practice space. We're going to practice in your cafe. And she's like, excuse me? And they're like, yeah, because nobody's here. So we're going to practice here. And she's like, okay, what can you pay me to rent the space? And they're like, nothing, but we will work here. So, and they're extremely handsome young men. And so it works. And one of them's good at like cooking or making sandwiches or something. So like the food quality gets better in her little cafe, and everything gets better. And then also people want to come in because there's cute boys with aprons. So
people wish to attend, and cute boys, and I always see like, back when I was on TikTok more often, like there would always be like new cafe in Hong Kong goes viral because of hot dude manning the waffle iron. I was like, all right, okay,
that's what
we're
happens
no
at
better.
Coffee Prince.
Yeah, that's literally the
plot. Yeah.
It's good to see it's still alive and well.
Or most recently, there's kind of this trend or whatever that people are discussing about the kin industry within China, like as far as hiring attractive men to do tasks for you. So now there are cafes so they kind of emphasize it's just attractive dudes at the cafe. Like
it's like those fun, the fun.
It's
little,
like that's always been a thing, but okay,
yeah,
now we're
like the fun little, like the muscle man cafes in Japan, where it's like they'll like lift you up, like like we're just having fun here, I would go to one just to see what the vibe is, like just be like, all right, I would like to watch you bench press your way my coffee over to me, like, yeah, why not? Let's have some fun.
Another one that I thought of was Ploy's Yearbook, which is a Thai drama about a bunch of girls named Ploy who all got their like numbers mixed up in the yearbook, and it ruined their lives. Like basically that's the concept. And so 10 years later, they're all trying to like sort their lives out and fix what went wrong or whatever. And one of these girls owns a cafe, and that becomes kind of the hub for conversations, for these girls becoming friends with each other. It was sort of like two kind of frenemy groups in high school, but now they're all sort of like, I don't know what all that nonsense was about. Let's just all be friends. Like, and the way that you kind of do sometimes once you're grown and you look back at some of the stuff that you had fusses about and you're like, no, that's not worth it anymore. So it's a cute drama, and the cafe is very bright and cheerful to be in. So I like that one.
One other that I haven't watched, but I think all of three of you have watched. At least one of you has watched is Mama Fairy and the Woodcutter.
Yeah, I had that on my list. Yes.
I'm trying to think of the cafe.
It's like
she's a barista.
Kind of
she has like a truck
happy
sort of
kind of situation.
Actually, yeah.
That
was
I was just thinking of all the cute but weird. I was just thinking about like the weird.
It's a strange little one. Like every once in a while there'll be like a drama, like, and I gotta really appreciate these dramas because I'm like, you were trying something.
Oh yeah. You just said it. Go it for it. So.
It was good. Yeah,
I enjoyed it.
There was good acting. But I also think my unfamiliarity with the fairy tale of it, the like mythological, like when you're not familiar, I'm sure it's super charming when you're like used to the construct of these characters, but when they're like totally new to you, it's like, this is just different. And, but like it showed me what the myth. And then I've heard now people talk about the fairy and the woodcut. I'm like,
I know.
I am well acquainted because they went deep into that.
I'm familiar with the plot.
I know that.
I've heard of this one.
But her little cart thing at the like, and she'd used to be at the university and stuff. Yeah, like, that was pretty cute.
Which good place to set up a coffee shop. Set up a little coffee cart. College.
We have a little vegan food truck here in town, and whenever school gets in, it's like they know where to go. They head to campus and they go get some. They go get some money.
They ain't fools, Coffee shop AUs.
One that I watched a couple years back was Meet Yourself, the C-drama. It very coffee shop vibe, like it's a very soft, slow kind of drama. And one of the main characters has side main characters has, I think it's more of a restaurant, but it is like a coffee shop kind of thing. And then later, it's like a 50 episode or so. Like later, there's like one of the other characters opens like a tea shop, too, and it has very like ritual tea ceremony situations going on and stuff. So there's a lot of stuff about like the coffee and the tea and the hanging out, and yeah. And I mean, and if you're looking for the vibe, that one's solidly in that vibe.
Did Marry My Husband Japan have kind of a tea shop moment?
Yes, like it was sort of like a dessert tea sort of house.
And yeah.
Yeah.
I was just remembering that because
Where
it was
it's like
the older
they would
couple.
have the little turtle buns there.
Mhm.
And then she, I'm not going to say what happens with him. I don't know. I realized I was about to be like, oh, wait, Natalia, shush.
And I'm not saying it's actually not a huge aspect of the plot because there's a lot going on in that show.
Yeah, but it's the most relaxing part of the plot. Is
It
was
where kind of the main characters kind of start getting to know each other just a little bit better, just because of like a circumstantial thing, both being there. So, it was chill. It was very cute.
I was watching season 2 of Missing the Other Side with my sister over the last year or whatever, and that one had like in the first one, there's in the little village of dead people, there's a bar restaurant kind of thing. In the second one, that's not really the vibe, but one of in the real life, one of the crew of the little con artists that go around and like try to figure out where dead bodies are and stuff, she decides to open a coffee shop. So that's a major plot point, is of her just deciding one day she's opening a coffee shop, and they're like, this is a end of town, like there's literally nobody around here, who are you opening the coffee shop for? And then when it's ready, she takes them and she's like, oh, and you have to see the back room, and the back room is like a central, like this is with all the computers and the screens and like all this stuff, so that she can like help find missing people. And she puts up, like Natalia was saying before about like a community board. She has a community board that she just fills with pictures of missing children and missing people that they can hopefully help. I'm like, but there's nobody in this neighborhood. It's a rundown wreck of a neighborhood. What are you doing? But she's like, I have enough money to open a thing and it'll be our office, but also we'll serve coffee. And I'm like, all right, sure. So she hires some of her friends from back home who have lost their jobs because, life is hard. And she's like, I can give you a job.
Life is hard.
Come work in my coffee shop. Just don't go in the back room, because we talk about ghosts and like
for reasons, really like a Blackbeard's wife situation. Like, don't go in the back room. Oh, coffee shop AUs. I feel like we'll probably get more of them. And this is my theory. Okay. Mm-hmm. My theory is, as currently things go down in lots of societies, things that happen after pandemics often do, I feel like people will be wanting more stories that are a little less heavy and a little more able to break them out of the reality that they are living. And I feel like a coffee shop AU is a good starting point for those sorts of stories. Mm-hmm. Also, I would be remiss if I didn't mention it, but Wushu Bakery wins. Jeff Satter, Jeff, we're out here.
You're listening.
We know. Like I can't prove it, but I believe we're sending the vibes.
At least once a month, I think about it.
I'll like forget about it, and then something will remind me of it.
Right. I'm like, even like tell us about it.
Bakery,
like, honestly,
like
just
they're like, we're filming, and I'm like, ooh,
give me a poster, and I'm good for another 6 months. But then it should happen after that.
Yeah, they're really. We've really got by Wushu Bakery, didn't we? For anyone who's unfamiliar, Wushu Bakery is a as yet unreleased Jeff Satter BL that was supposed
Alien
to come
BL.
out. He's playing an alien who crashes into some guy's bakery and has to work off his debt. Please. Please. Like, yes, I know like a lot of really good shows are coming out of Thailand right now, but I would like this one.
This one in particular.
Please.
Like whatever vibe that even is, I will watch it probably multiple times.
Yes, it can be. It don't have to be that good. I just want the vibes. Jeff, please, Jeff, please.
Just let us see it. We'll
Yeah,
like
just
figure out if we like it or not. Like,
yeah,
just
like,
let us see it first.
Yeah.
Something, please. Stop doing this to us. We've been good.
We have
You know, we deserve this. We collectively, as a society, deserve Wushu Bakery. Just
Agreed.
putting that out there.
And I will say, I do think that probably you can look forward to us eventually kind of doing some more setting-esque episodes
Where we just talk
not
about
like, once in a blue moon. Like, we're not gonna, it's not like, oh, here next
every
no,
week.
No, we're not going to be doing that.
No, that's
But-
impossible.
Well, once we kind of get on something that we're like, oh, this is fun, and settings is kind of something that we haven't leaned quite as heavily into, so we might be kind of exploring that a bit.
But next week it's not going to be settings because next week we got a little. Though we're sort of doing this like we're recording this episode the day before Halloween.
We're really doing things backwards.
We're really doing things like out of order because it's going to be a real spooky episode next week for y'all. So the hit list will be returning. It's been a little while since the hit list got together, so we're coming back next week. So please come back next Monday for that. And also for any other episodes that you can re-listen or listen for the first time because they are wherever podcasts can be found pretty much. Spotify, Apple, iTunes, Podbean, that sort of thing. We're also in video as of like a year for like the past year on YouTube, but all of our audio podcasts are also on YouTube if that's what you listen to. And you can also go to our website, certifiednoonas.com, where you can listen to, we have them all there. We try to make it so easy for people to find us. If you're on YouTube, please like and subscribe. If you're on Apple iTunes, please leave us a rating. You know how that goes. And yeah, if you want to support this podcast like the incredible people who do, you can go to patreon.com/certifiednoonas and join our found family. They're our found family on the web. They give us, it's like the little tip jar that they run for us, and we love them for it. We love the found family. We have a movie night. We have little mini episodes every once in a while. It's a good time. And that's about it. You can find us on social media at Certified Noonas. We are on Bluesky and Instagram, and you can join our Discord. The link should be down below. Anyway, we hope you have a fantastic week. Maybe go get yourself a nice pumpkin spice latte for the season. But when you're doing that, remember that it is like disease central out there. So please wear a mask, bring some hand sanitizer, as you know. And as always, keep enjoying Asian entertainment. We'll see you next time. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.